everyone, welcome to my channel. I am very excited. I'm starting to do a little bit more video. So teaching is something that I really love to do. I've had a few requests to do some tutorials on some of the looks I've done that you would have seen on my Instagram. So I'm really excited to do this. These videos I'm going to put up on my website and my YouTube channel about once a month. So if there's anything in particular that you'd like to learn from me or some particular looks that you're really into, do let me know in the comments below. I'd love to be able to help you in some way in terms of the makeup looks that you're trying to create at home. Today is the look that we're going to be recreating. This is a look that I did with a good friend, Che, of mine. He took the photos for me and I did the makeup, and this is the look that we created. So it's a really winged out brown bronze smoky cat eye, and we added the glitter on the eyelid, which just made it really fun. I love glitter a lot, so this look has some really cool glitter in it. And I forgot what I was going to say. Okay, so I'm bare-faced and I'm ready to do the eye makeup. So far I've got on foundation, concealer, and I just really wanted to blank out the eyes so that I could keep a fresh start with the eye makeup. I've got some highlight on, a bit of blush, nothing on my lips, and throughout the video I will do my eyebrows as well. So I'm just going to zoom in a little bit. I would imagine if you're going to do this type of eye makeup, it would be a little bit more of an evening makeup. So things like your primer, eyeshadow bases are going to be super important. What I used was a soft and fluffy brush, and then a lot of the Mercier, can you see that? Setting powder. I find that it really makes the eyeshadows, helps them to really blend, so I put a lot of that on, and then I'm going to start in with the first step of the eyeshadows. Okay, so this is the M.A.C 1.15 large blending brush. And this is the fiber, so really soft and fluffy. I'm all about soft and fluffy blending brushes, so I'm going to show you the different brushes that I'm going to use throughout the video as well, but this is the first one. When it comes to eye makeup and doing more of a winged out eyeliner, I always start soft and with my transition colors, and then I'll move up to something dark. So you really get to map out the shape of what I'm doing without going in with a dark color and making a mistake and then having to start all over again. So this eyeshadow is called Soba. This is a MAC one. So you can see it's just a really soft brown. Doesn't show up too much, but it's just going to give us a really nice base. The other one, which is probably my favorite eyeshadow ever, this is Uninterrupted. I like to mix a lot, so I'm going to use both of these to map up the eye. So just starting through the crease of the eye, this is that blending brush, the 115, my Kitco one, and just blending right through the crease. And as we get to the end of the crease, I just sort of start to flick the brush out towards the outer corner of the brow. So I'm sort of looking at where the brow stops, and then I'm blending the eyeshadow in the same direction. Okay, so I'm going to map out underneath the eye as well, so underneath the lash line. So I'm using the same two colors, Soba and Uninterrupted by MAC. You can see where the winged eyeshadow has come along, and I want to connect the outside V to this here. So I'm just drawing a line in the same direction. So we're creating a triangle here. And using a brush that's a little bit more precise is going to help with that V or triangle look. So I've started through the crease just as I did with this eye here, but now we want to make sure that it's starting to look a little bit more even and symmetrical, because what you don't want is one wing that's sort of going up this way and then one that's a little bit straighter. So at this point I'll just step back from what I'm doing and then I'll really just look at the two together and see, okay, are they going in the right direction? Is one too low? Is one too high? And then make sure that they're nice and even. This eyeshadow is Brown Script. You can see it's a really red kind of brown, so this is going to go perfect with our look. This is also a M.A.C one. I'm not 100% sure if it's a colour that's still made anymore. I know another really good colour is Swiss Chocolate by M.A.C as well, so something within that reddy browny family. I'm going to switch up brushes. And when I'm doing a winged out eye look, I like to go for brushes that have a little bit more taperedness to them. So this is another My Kitco one. This is 1.3. So I can already see where I'm putting the eyeshadow. I'm just going to follow that lighter colour that we already used. From here, what we're going to do is start building on the colour and adding a little bit more depth all over the eye. So you can see right now I've kind of left the eyelid bare, so we're going to keep building up. The next eyeshadow, sadly, which is broken a little bit. This actually was one of my favourite eyeshadows that I broke when I depotted my Morphe eyeshadows. This is a really beautiful, rich, reddy chocolate brown. So it would be 1 or 2 shades darker than the previous shade we just used, Brown Script. So I'm going to place this all over the eyelid. And for this I'm going to use a slightly flatter brush because I really want to pack the eyeshadow on quite quickly at this point. So this is the M.A.C 247 brush that I'm going to use. So often I find when it comes to drop down is if a couple of things. If you almost go like this, what you want to avoid is rubbing the eyeshadow with your brush together, because already the brush starts to pick up too much product and the eyeshadow kind of bounces and drops everywhere. If you just do like a light tapping motion, like 2-3 times should be absolutely plenty, and then the same patting motion on your eyelid. And another thing I really like to do is put the brush upside down and almost push and wriggle the eyeshadow into the eyeshadow base, and then that way they're going to stick together really nicely. So we've got a gap of eyeshadow from where we've done the base to the eyelid, so I'm going to go back to my smaller blending brush and just fill that in so it looks a little bit more blended. I feel like the eyelid is looking nice and dark, but I would like the wing to be a little bit darker. So we're gonna get a brush that's gonna give us a little bit more precision. So I'm using the same eyeshadow as I used for the eyelid, using the very tip, and I'm going to bounce the eyeshadow brush and turn to the side and just work out a little bit more definition. So we've got a slightly bigger triangle that's happening here, and we want to make this darker triangle a little bit smaller. This is going to give us that really smoky look. So it's a tighter kind of triangle that I'm drawing. And again, not to forget connecting the top to the bottom. I've added in the very outer corner of the eye a black eyeshadow, just again really gently pressing softly the eyeshadow into the outer corner so it doesn't fall down underneath your eyes too much. This eyeshadow is called Carbon by M.A.C. For the brow bone, I'm going to use a matte eyeshadow, and this is also one from the Jaclyn Hill Morphe Vault. This is a really nice sort of beigey apricot-y tone, so I think that will look really nice with my skin tone. And the brush that I'm going to use, I quite like to use the same brush for a couple of different things. So even though I've used this brush for black again, I'm going to just wipe it down with a tissue and then use it for my eyebrows as well. Sorry, my brow bone, not my eyebrows. Just wipe away. I'm just using a tissue and just kind of rubbing the excess off there. I like to lift my eyebrow for this. So just using the very tip of the brush and colouring right underneath the brow bone. So I've come back to my pencil brush for the inner corner highlight, and you can see I've done it on this side using the same eyeshadow that we used for the brow bone. Now is the fun part. We get to put on some loose glitter. Now this glitter is an old M.A.C one that I used for this look, but there are so many different glitters available on the market now that I'm sure you could find something really similar, but it is called Bronze. The other thing that I'm going to use with the glitter to make sure that it sticks and doesn't go everywhere, we don't get any drop down, is the M.A.C eyeliner mixing medium. So again, there's like quite a few different ones around at the moment, but I always fall back on this one. It just adheres glitter really well, and you don't get glitter falling off or glitter flying everywhere throughout the evening. So we're going to use this. So just a teensy tiny little bit there. And again, we're going back to our flat brush. You definitely want to avoid using a fluffy, lendy brush to apply glitter like this. The best way to work with the eyeliner mixing medium is to use it in small sections. So I've started in the very inner corner of the eye, and then I'll separately place the glitter over top. I'll move to the middle of the eyelid, so a thin layer of the eyeliner mixing medium, and then another layer of the glitter over top, and then moving outwards. So the very inner corner, the middle of the eyelid, and then moving towards the darker eyeshadow. Okay, so I've just gone ahead and added black winged eyeliner and black pencil underneath the waterline as well. You can see the difference, how much it is more defined on this side than this side. This one's sort of looking a little bit more incomplete. So this is M.A.C Brush Black eyeliner. It's a really nice fine tip. So just using really small little brush strokes work best. Back and forth. It doesn't really matter where you start with the eyeliner. Sometimes I start in the center of the eye, sometimes I do the middle, sometimes the outer corner. So I'll just keep my eye straight ahead so that I'm making sure the two wings are going in the same direction. So the black eyeliner I'm using is a M.A.C one. It's called Black Chroma Graphic Pencil. I feel like you might be able to tell how much I like this eyeliner based on the size of it. So I'm going to give it a little bit of a sharpen and then just pop that all the way in right until the very inner corner of the eye. And then I'm going to take a little bit of black eyeshadow on this teensy tiny little My Kiko brush and just take it underneath the eye. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put on mascara now. I'm going to curl my lashes because my lashes have a little bit of length, but they sit a little flatter. The mascara I'm going to use today is the Bad Gal Benefit Mascara here. I've gone ahead and completed the look. What I did is I added false lashes to put some eyebrows on as well. I feel like the look was looking a little bit incompleted. For the eyebrows I used Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow, and then for my lips I feel like this look is all about the eyes, so it definitely needed to be a nude lip. I used a mix of a MAC lipstick and Fenty Beauty liquid stunner lip paint as well. So I hope you enjoyed this look and that you're able to practice creating more of a winged eye if that's something that you're into, and even applying a little bit of glitter. I know glitter can sometimes be quite overwhelming and it can go everywhere, so take this video with you, watch it step by step and practice, practice, practice. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up and feel free to subscribe. Thank you.